Internet. 2. Email application. 3. E-learning. 4. Digital skills app. 5. LMS tools. 6. Bharat Skills website. In the second part, we will learn about the following. 1. Preparing PowerPoint presentations. 2. Explain hardware and software. 3. Introduction to distance learning. 4. Online classes. 5. Video conferencing. We will begin with the first topic on our list here. Creating an effective PowerPoint presentation involves careful planning and clear communication. 1. Define your purpose and audience. A clear understanding of the purpose and the target audience will guide your content and style. 2. Plan your content. The entire presentation should be organized into a clear and logical structure. It should have A. A beginning, introduction. B. Middle, main content. And C. End, conclusion. 3. Create an outline. Make a simple outline that clearly displays the key points and/or topics you wish to cover. This will guide you and the learners to grasp the subject better. 4. Design your slides. Choose a professional and consistent design theme for your slides. Use readable fonts and keep font size consistent. Limit text on each slide and use bullets for clarity. Include relevant visuals, image, charts, graphs to enhance understanding. 5. Keep it concise. Avoid overloading the slides with too much information. Only write down the main points. Use visuals and diagrams to simplify complex ideas. 6. Practice and rehearse. Practice your presentation multiple times to become comfortable with the content and timing. Rehearse your delivery to ensure a smooth and engaging presentation. 7. Include speaker notes. Speaker notes should be included to provide additional content, examples, or reminders for yourself. These notes help you expand on key points during the presentation. 8. Engage your audience. Encourage questions and interactions during your presentation to keep your audience engaged. 9. Proofread and test. Check your presentation for spelling and grammatical errors. Test your slides on the equipment you will be using for the actual presentation to ensure compatibility. 10. Deliver with confidence. Maintain eye contact, speak clearly, and engage your audience as you deliver your presentation. Be prepared to address questions and provide additional information. Friends, now we will learn about computer hardware and software. This section includes hardware, software, basic parts of computer, memory, memory storage unit, Hardware. The physical components of the computer that we can touch are called hardware. Software. The set of instructions or programs that make the computer function using these hardware parts are called software. 1. Input unit. The devices like keyboard and mouse that are used to input data and instructions to the computer are called input unit. 2. Output unit. The devices like printer and visual display unit that are used to provide information to the user in desired format are called output unit. 3. Control unit. This unit controls all the functions of the computer. All devices or parts of computer interact through the control unit. 4. Arithmetic logic unit. This unit performs arithmetic operations and logical operations. 5. Memory unit. The control unit, arithmetic unit, and memory unit, collectively called as central processing unit. Memory. Computer memory is the storage space in the computer where data to be processed and instructions required for the processing are stored. The memory is divided into large number of small parts called cells. Each location or cell has a unique address. Memory is primarily of 3 types: cache memory, primary memory or main memory, secondary memory or auxiliary memory. Cache memory. Cache memory is a very high-speed semiconductor memory which can speed up the CPU. It acts as a buffer between the CPU and the main memory. It is used to hold those parts of data and program which are most frequently used by the CPU. The parts of data and programs are transferred from the disk to cache memory by the operating system, from where the CPU can access them. Primary memory or main memory. Primary memory holds only those data and instructions on which the computer is currently working. It has a limited capacity and data is lost when power is switched off. It is generally made up of semiconductor device. The data and instruction required to be processed resides in the main memory. It is divided into 2 subcategories, RAM and ROM. RAM, RAM, Random Access Memory, is the internal memory of the CPU for storing data, program, and program result. It is a read or write memory which stores data until the machine is working. As soon as the machine is switched off, data is erased. RAM is of 2 types: static RAM, SRAM, dynamic RAM, DRAM. Static RAM, SRAM. Static RAM retains its contents as long as power is being supplied. However, data is lost when the power gets down due to volatile nature. Dynamic RAM, DRAM. DRAM must be continually refreshed in order to maintain the data. This is done by replacing the memory on a refresh circuit that rewrites the data several hundred times per second. ROM stands for read-only memory, the memory from which we can only read but cannot write on it. This type of memory is non-volatile. The information is stored permanently in such memories during manufacture. A ROM stores such instructions that are required to start a computer. This operation is referred to as bootstrap. One, PROM, Programmable Read-Only Memory. PROM is read-only memory that can be modified only once by a user. 2. EPROM, Erasable and Programmable Read-Only Memory. EPROM is individually programmed by an electronic device. After that, the data can be erased by exposing the EPROM to strong ultraviolet light. 3. EEPROM, Electrically Erasable and Programmable Read-Only Memory. EEPROM is programmed and erased electrically. It can be erased and reprogrammed about 10,000 times. Both erasing and programming take about 4 to 10 ms, millisecond. Secondary memory or auxiliary memory. Secondary memory is also known as external memory or non-volatile. It is slower than the main memory. These are used for storing data and information permanently. CPU directly does not access these memories. Instead, they are accessed via input-output routines. The contents of secondary memory are first transferred to the main memory, and then the CPU can access it. For example, disk, CD-ROM, DVD, etc. Memory storage unit. Memory unit is the amount of data that can be stored in the storage unit. This storage capacity is expressed in terms of bytes. The following explains the main memory storage units. 1. Bit, binary digit. A binary digit is logical 0 and 1 representing a passive or an active state of a component in an electric circuit. 2. Nibble. A group of 4 bytes is called nibble. 3. Byte. A group of 8 bits is called byte. A byte is the smallest unit which can represent a data, item or character. 4. Word. A computer word, like a byte, is a group of fixed numbers of bits processed as a unit, which varies from computer to computer but is fixed for each computer. The length of a computer word is called word size or word length. Nibble. 1 nibble is equals to 4 bits. Byte. 1 byte is equals to 8 bits. Kilobyte, KB. 1 KB is equals to 1024 bytes. Megabyte, MB. 1 MB is equals to 1024 KB. Gigabyte. 1 GB is equals to 1024 MB. Terabyte, TB. 1 TB is equals to 1024 GB. Petabyte, PB. 1 PB is equals to 1024 TB. Module number 1.11.01. Topic name: ICT and Internet. Hello friends, Welcome to the second part of the module on ICT and Internet. Let us take a quick recap. 1. Preparing PowerPoint presentations. 2. Explain hardware and software. In the part, we will learn about 3. Introduction to distance learning. 4. Online classes. 5. Video conferencing. We will begin with the first topic on our list here. Friends, we will now know about distance learning. What is distance learning? Distance learning is a way of learning remotely without being in a regular face-to-face contact with a teacher in the classroom. Distance learning is a mode of delivering education and instruction, often on an individual basis, to students who are not physically present in a traditional setting such as a classroom. Let us understand the importance of distance learning. It provides access to learning when the source of information and learner are separated by time and distance or by both. Open online courses aimed at large-scale interactive participation and open access via the web or other network technologies are recent developments in distance education. A number of other terms like distributed learning, e-learning, online learning also roughly mean distance learning only. However, distance is the oldest and most commonly used term and has the largest collection of related research articles. Some advantages of distance learning. Distance learning provides access to education and training for general public and for businesses because of its flexible scheduling that does not impose time constraints on the learners. There is greater access to more number of experts. Students from diverse geographical, social, cultural, economic, and experimental backgrounds can come together. Learning beyond the schooling years is facilitated, thus bringing lot of learners together. This benefits institutions financially and adult learners are hugely benefited. Distance education programs act as a catalyst for institutional innovation and are at least as effective as face-to-face learning programs. In India, almost all universities are conducting distance education programs. Online classes. Virtual universities, online classes, which are operated through internet and other telecommunication technologies, replaces or compensates both the campus-based as well as home learning environment. Online classes can be part of distance learning and also normal instructional mode. Online class teaching can be done through interaction between the instructor and learner and also with the help of PPTs, internet search engines, and such other multimedia resources. What is video conferencing? Video conferencing is a combination of dedicated audio, video, communication and networking technology for live interaction.
It is often used
by groups of people who gather in a conference room to communicate with other groups of people. So friends, this brings us to the end of the second part of this module on ICT and Internet. Let us take a quick recap of what we have learned. 1. Preparing PowerPoint presentations. 2. Explain hardware and software. 3. Introduction to distance learning. 4. Online classes. 5. Video conferencing. Module number 1.8.03. Topic name: Leadership Skills. Hello friends, in this important module, we will understand leadership skills. At the end of the module, we will know 1. Definition of leadership. 2. Leadership skills. 3. Types of leadership. 4. Importance of leadership. Definition of leadership. Leadership is the ability of an individual or a group of individuals to influence and guide the followers or other members of an organization. Friends, let us now take a look at the skills of leadership and leader. An effective leader is a person who engages in the following: creates an inspiring vision for the future. For vision creation, leaders focus on organization strength with the help of tools like A. Porter's 5 forces. B. PEST, pest analysis. C. USP analysis.
D. Core competence analysis.
E. SWOT, SWOT analysis. Creates an inspiring vision of the future. Visionary leaders think about the evolvement of industry, behavior of competitors, creative innovations, and strategies and techniques that will become successful in future markets. Motivating and inspiring people. To keep a team motivated through an entire project is difficult, but great leaders usually do this through expectancy theory. Expectancy theory. Expectation that hard work leads to good results. Expectation that good results lead to attractive rewards or incentives. Managing delivery of the vision. Leadership has to ensure that the vision is properly delivered, usually with the help of a dedicated manager. Leadership will give performance goals to team members which are linked with overall vision of organization. Coaching and building a team to achieve the vision. Teams are developed through several well-established and popular models. 1. Belbin's team roles approach. 2. Bruce Tuckman's forming, storming, norming, and performing theory. Friends, we have understood the definition and leadership skills required. Now, we will understand types of leadership and its importance. The following are the different types of leadership styles. 1. Autocratic or authoritarian leadership. 2. Paternalistic leadership. 3. Democratic or participative leadership. 4. The laissez-faire or free-rein leadership. Autocratic or authoritarian leadership. This type of leadership differentiates between the authoritarian leader and his or her followers. They create only a professional relationship with the followers. Authoritarian leaders focus on work efficiency and look upon other leadership styles as hindrance to progress. Autocratic or authoritarian leadership sets goals individually, engages primarily in one-way and downward communication, controls discussion with followers, dominates interaction. Paternalistic leadership. A paternalistic leader acts like a parental figure and takes care of subordinates as a parent would. He or she shows complete concern for followers and in return gets complete trust and loyalty of his people. Paternalistic leadership. Workers under such leaders become committed totally to what the leader says and do not work independently. There exists a very cordial relationship between the co-workers. Such workers tend to stay with the company for long time periods. They discuss even personal family issues with the leader or each other. Democratic or participative leadership. Leader shares decision-making abilities with group members. Promotes interests of group members and practices social equality. It leads to higher productivity, better contribution from members, and increased group morale. Democratic or participative leadership. In situations where roles are unclear or there are deadlines to be followed, democratic leadership can lead to communication failures and uncompleted projects. Democratic leadership works best in situations where group members are skilled and eager to share their knowledge. Laissez-faire leadership. This type of leadership was first described by Lewin, Lippitt, and White in 1939. In this leadership style, all the rights and power to make decisions is fully given to the worker. Laissez-faire leader allows followers to have complete freedom to make decisions about the completion of work. Laissez-faire leadership. It allows followers self-rule and also provides guidance and support on request. Such a leader provides the followers with all types of materials necessary to accomplish their goals, but does not directly participate in decision making. Laissez-faire leadership becomes effective when followers are highly skilled, experienced, and educated. Followers take pride in their work and have the drive to do it successfully on their own. Outside experts such as staff specialists or consultants are being used. Followers are trustworthy and experienced. Importance of leadership. Leadership is important because good leadership gives rise to effective communication and positive strategies. Enthusiastic leadership for a mission or a project will get the others also excited, as they will be able to see the dedication of the top brass. Positive attitude by the leadership will be contagious, and everyone in the organization will become positive. So friends, this brings us to the end of this module. Let us take a quick recap. We learnt about 1. Definition of leadership. 2. Leadership skills. 3. Types of leaderships. 4. Importance of leadership. Module number 1.10.01. Topic name: Stress Management. Hello friends, in this module we are going to learn about stress management and time management. At the end of this module, we will know about 1. Definition of stress management. 2. Types of stress. 3. Methods to control stress. 4. Definition of time management. 5. Workplace time management. We must first understand what is stress. Stress typically describes a negative concept that can have an impact on one's mental and physical well-being. Stress can create negative impact at the workplace and can result in harmful physical and emotional response on the workers. Hence, efforts should be made to keep our workplace stress-free. Therefore, in modern times, lot of emphasis is being put on how to manage stress. This is known as stress management. Stress management means knowing about the methods to control stress at the workplace so that it results in enhanced productivity. Workplace stress is the harmful physical and emotional response that occurs when there is a poor match between job demands and the capabilities, resources, or needs of the workers. Factors contributing to workplace stress are: 1. Negative workload. 2. Isolation. 3. Extensive work hours. 4. Toxic work environments. 5. Lack of autonomy. 6. Difficult relationships among co-workers. 7. Lack of opportunities or motivation to advancement in one's skill level. There are various types of stress observed at workplace. 1. Psychological disorders like depression or anxiety. Emotional strain like dissatisfaction, fatigue, or tension. How to manage stress? A combination of organizational change and stress management is often the most useful approach for preventing stress at work. We must remember, however, that all stress is not bad. Stress can 1. Initiate change. 2. Help us focus on the task at hand. 3. In some situations, even save our lives. But when stress builds up, it can give negative results of the above 3 points. Friends, we will now understand how to control stress at workplace. 1. First of all, identify the factors causing stress. Next, put each one of them in place. 2. Keeping a positive attitude helps in stress management and leads to happier and healthier lives. 3. Take a deep breath, count from 1 to 10 and let some oxygen flow into your body. This will instantly relax you. 4. Accept the fact that there are events around you which are not in your control. 5. Be assertive instead of being aggressive. Assert your feelings, opinions, or beliefs instead of becoming angry, defensive, or passive. 6. Learn and practice relaxation techniques like yoga or meditation. 7. Exercise regularly. Your body can fight stress better when it is fit. 8. Eat healthy, well-balanced food. 9. Learn to manage your time more effectively. 10. Take out time for your own hobbies and interests. 11. Get enough rest and sleep. So friends, this brings us to the end of the details on stress management. Let us take a quick recap of what we learnt here. 1. Definition of stress management. 2. Types of stress. 3. Methods to control stress. And now we will understand the dynamics of time management. Just like stress management, time management is also very essential in the workplace. A worker who does not manage time properly can fail to achieve targets and deadlines. What is time management? Time management is the act or process of planning and exercising conscious control over the amount of time spent on specific activities, especially to increase effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity. Definition of time management. Time management is defined as systematic, priority-based structuring of time allocation and distribution amongst competing demands. Since time cannot be stored and its availability can neither be increased beyond nor decreased from 24 hours, the term time budgeting is said to be the more appropriate one. Let us now understand, friends, the elements of time management. 1. Skills, tools, and techniques used to manage time. 2. Planning, allocating, setting goals, delegation, analysis of time spent, monitoring, organizing, scheduling, and prioritizing. Friends, we will now look into the benefits of time management, especially at workplace. The first benefit is as follows. 1. Managing the time can directly reduce the stress level. 2. Productivity. More work done in lesser time. 3. Organized plan results in less rework and mistakes. 4. We cannot create more time, but we can make better use of it. 5. Time management produces more opportunities. So friends, this brings us to the end of the discussion on time management as well. Let us take a quick recap. We learned 1. Definition of time management. 2. Elements of time management. 3. Benefits of time management, especially at work. Module number 1.13.01. Topic name: Assumptions and Principles of Adult Learning. Hello teachers, welcome to the module on adult learning. At the end of this module, you should be able to define adult learning, state the assumptions of adult learning, explain the principles of adult learning, state the factors affecting adult learning, describe the techniques to create and maintain a positive learning environment. We will first understand the definition or concept of adult learning. Adults learn well when learning is focused, or adult learners not always depend on the teachers. This process of helping adults to learn is known as andragogy. Andragogy is defined as the method and principles used in adult education. This term, andragogy, is derived from the Greek word ander agogos, which means leading man. The term andragogy was originally coined by German educator Alexander Kapp. But later on, it was widely used by the American educator Malcolm Shepard Knowles. Knowles has given the following 5 assumptions of adult learning. Self-concept. As a person matures, he or she moves forward from being a dependent personality to a self-directed human being. Adult learner experience. As a person grows and becomes mature, he or she becomes experienced and then begins to learn from this vast source of experience itself. Readiness to learn. As a person matures, her or his readiness to learn becomes oriented increasingly to the developmental tasks of his or her social roles.
Orientation to learning. With maturity, a person's perspective changes from that of postponed application of knowledge to immediacy of application. Hence, orientation towards learning focuses on problem-centeredness.
Motivation to learn. As a person matures, the motivation to learn is internal. Friends, now we will learn about the 4 principles of adult learning given by Knowles. The first one is: adults need to be involved in the planning and evaluation of their instruction market. 2. Experience, including mistakes, provides the basis for the learning activities. Adults are most interested in learning subjects that have immediate relevance and impact to their job or personal life. Adult learning is problem-centered rather than content-oriented. Friends, now we will understand the factors that affect adult learning. Learners face problems related to mental, physical, social, and psychological issues. The learners are stimulated by two types of stimuli, internal and environmental. The internal influences comprise of motivation, perception, learning, and attitudes. The environmental influence includes cultural, social, and economic issues. There is also a period of stagnation known as plateau, which is when the learners fail to show further progress or improvement despite repeated practice. So friends, we will now learn about the techniques to create and maintain a positive learning environment. Instructor must motivate learners by stimulating their senses. Stimulation of senses and interesting learning environment can be created with audio-visual aids like models, charts, and videos related to lessons. Instructors should offer practical and visual examples to instruct. For example, in electronics or in garment designing, if the instructors show the styles, patterns, and how the final product look like prior to the demonstration, the learners' stimulation to learn went very high. One, the instructor has to clearly define the purpose for teaching a particular topic. Two, learner-centered approaches like group discussion, group interactions, team and individual projects can make the learning environment more interesting and effective. Counseling and proper guidance will give self-confidence to the learner. If the learner experiences language problems in technical terms, then the instructor can use regional language to teach. This brings us to the end of Principle of Adult Learning. Friends, here we learned about the definition, principles, assumptions of adult learning, and finally, how to create a positive environment for learning. Module number 1.14.01. Topic name: Continuing Professional Development. Hello friends, welcome to this section known as Continuing Professional Development and Goals. We will learn this in two parts. In the first part, our objectives to learn will be: state the importance of continuous learning and professional development. Describe personal development and professional goals. Heraclitus, a Greek philosopher in 500 BC, has said, "The only thing that is constant is change." Your ability to adapt to changes will determine your success. Continuous learning means constant expansion of skills and change in attitude through learning and improving knowledge. Constantly changing life demands adaptation both personally and professionally. Well-crafted and delivered continuing professional development is important because it delivers benefits to the individuals, their profession, and the public. Continuous learning and professional development ensures that you maintain and enhance the knowledge and skills you need to deliver a professional service to your customers, clients, and the community. Lifelong learning refers to the process of gaining knowledge and learning new skills throughout your life. Many people continue their education for personal development and fulfillment, while others see it as a significant step towards career advancement. Continuous learning and professional development lead to personal fulfillment and professional development. Personal development is a process improving oneself through enhanced communication skills, employability skills, increasing consciousness, and building wealth. The growing success of the self-help and personal development movement has assisted many teachers in obtaining more qualified and motivated personnel for their institutes. Personal development has also encouraged students and motivated them in their professional lives, as observing their teachers trying to continuously learn new skills and gain knowledge leaves a huge mark on their minds. Personal development covers the following activities: those that improve awareness and identity, develop talents and potential, build human capital and facilitate employability, enhance quality of life, realize dreams and aspirations. Personal development takes place over the course of a person's entire life. Personal development is not just limited to self-help. In fact, this concept involves the formal and informal activities for developing others in roles such as A. Teacher, B. Guide, C. Counselor, D. Manager, E. Life coach, F. Mentor. Personal development may include the following activities: improving self-awareness, improving self-knowledge, improving skills and/or learning new ones, building or renewing identity or self-esteem. Personal development also includes the following activities: developing strengths or talents, improving a career, identifying or improving potential, building employability, enhancing lifestyle and quality of life and time management, improving health, fulfilling aspirations, initiating a life enterprise, defining and executing personal development plans, PDPs, improving social relations or emotional intelligence. Friends, we will quickly also have a look at the professional goals that one needs to meet. We will, of course, study about these in detail in the next part. Expand professional knowledge and training. Improve work performance. Strengthen professional relationships. Better presentation skills. Attain a higher job role. Gain new experiences. Expand professional knowledge and training. Enrolling in various courses. Attending workshops. Training programs. Getting certificates. These efforts will prove that the worker is constantly trying to upgrade himself or herself. Improve work performance. Start coming early to office. B. Develop a positive attitude towards work. C. Work efficiently and effectively. Strengthen professional relationships. A. Treat employees and colleagues in a professional manner. B. Greet them every day, along with respectful behavior towards the seniors. Better presentation skills. In the corporate world, you can come across multiple kinds of people. A. Develop good interpersonal communication with them. B. Present your points of view with clarity and briefly. C. Knowing the subject is not enough. Learn to present it properly and carefully. Attain a higher job role. Never settle. Take up all opportunities that can make the career and the organization a much better place. Learn each day how to better use your skills. Gain new experience. Step out of your comfort zone and pick up new challenges. The more challenges that you pick up, the better it will be for your profile. Friends, this brings us to the end of this first part of Continuing Professional Development Plan. Let us take a quick recap. We learned the importance of continuous learning and professional development, and we understood the significance of personal development and professional goals.
अरे गीता, तुम मेरे घर आई ये तो बहुत अच्छी बात है। वास्तव में मुझे इंटरनेट के बारे में कई महत्वपूर्ण बातों को समझने में तुम्हारी मदद की जरूरत है।
जरूर चाचा, मैं यहाँ आपकी मदद और मार्गदर्शन के लिए आई हूँ।
देखो गीता, जब मुझे ट्रेन से कहीं जाना